How's it going, guys? Shane Score here with Serviceside. I am a field staff member. I've been a field staff member for almost 2 years now. This will be my second hunting season this fall. And I also have a YouTube channel of mine. It's called Praise Outdoors. You can look that up on YouTube as well as Instagram and Facebook. So give that a follow. I'd really appreciate it. So I do most of my hunting in western Pennsylvania as well as up north in Pennsylvania. I love the big woods up there, all the state forests and everything up there. Today's video, we're going to be doing a gear review on the Vifa e-bike. So mainly I'll go through all the specs of the bike, the rules and regulations that you have to follow with the bike. Up here in PA at least, you should definitely check out your own state's rules and regulations before you make a purchase like this. You got to be sure of what you're doing. We all want to do everything following the rules and regulations. I'll go through the rules and regs for up here in Pennsylvania. And I also have some GoPro footage for you guys to watch and kind of make your determination whether an e-bike would fit for you and the terrain you guys hunt. So let's get on with the video, guys. So guys, I actually ordered this e-bike off of Amazon. It was a budget-friendly e-bike. As we all know, e-bikes can be pretty expensive. So I ordered it. It was $999 right off Amazon. It got shipped right to my house. It came partially assembled. I had to put the handlebars on. I had to put the front tire on and assemble the brakes and that. And it really wasn't too hard. There's actually a couple of videos on YouTube showing exactly how to put this exact e-bike together. So all in all, with my brother's help, it probably took, I don't know, probably a half hour. So it really wasn't too bad. It also came with an Allen wrench set. I just keep that in the bag as well. And it also came with a locking device. So you can make your own combination. And you can lock it to a tree whenever you want to get off and actually start hunting. It also comes with this headlight, and as you guys will see later, it is super bright. You won't have any problems with that at all, going in the morning and coming out in the evening. It is super bright, and I'll show you guys that later. It also comes with a bell that I did not put on because I really don't have any use for a bell. So I'll just read some of the specs that I pulled straight from Amazon. So the recommended height for this bike is 5'4" to 6'3". The bike actually weighs 75 pounds. The max weight that it can pull, like including yourself, is 300 pounds. The brakes are hydraulic disc brakes, which are awesome. I haven't had any problems with those whatsoever so far. And the tires are 26-inch by 4-inch fat tires, which are awesome, as you guys will see, for going over logs, for going in mud puddles and stuff like that. It's 7-speed Shimano gears, just like a regular bike. So you still have to shift gears just like a normal pedal bike, and they work great too. Sometimes you got to adjust the shifter a little bit to make sure the gears shift in and out as you want and don't get stuck. So the motor is a 750 watt hub drive motor, and I'll get into more of that. So you can either have a hub drive motor, like I said this is, or a mid drive motor. Either one is good. I haven't had any problems with this. You'll hear some people say that they have some problems with hub drive motors and going up hills and stuff. I haven't had any issues whatsoever so far. So you can either use the throttle only or the pedal assist. And when you're using the throttle, the top speed is 20 miles per hour, and the pedal assist top speed is 28 miles per hour. It also has a 48-volt removable lithium battery that is right in here. And so from 0% to 100%, it takes 7 hours to fully charge it, and the range that it says on Amazon in the description is 65 plus miles. And so if you're gonna get like 65 plus, that's gonna be like ideal conditions. You're gonna be on flat, using pedal assist, so you're not draining the battery using the throttle only. Alright guys, so now I just want to go through exactly how to use the screen and all the functions on this e-bike. So you have the on button, a plus sign, and a minus sign. So to turn it on, you're just going to hold that button down until it comes up. You'll see Vifa. And there's your home screen. So it'll show you miles per hour. It'll show you how many miles you've gone. And it'll show you the battery life, as well as the level for the pedal assist. And you can change that by toggling through the plus and minus buttons. So the 5th level assist, that's a lot of assist when you're pedaling. I use that when I'm going up steeper hills and some rockier terrain. And then like you can play around with it as you're going. And one pedal assist obviously is not a whole lot of assist with the motor. And you can even back it down to 0, and that would mean you're not using the motor at all. You're just pedaling just like a normal bike. So yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, honestly. And for the headlight, you're just going to hold the plus sign down, and you'll see a headlight pop up. right there in the top left corner, and the headlight will be on. And to just turn it off, just hold that on again and it'll turn right off. And then to turn the whole display off, just hold that button and it'll shut off and power it down. Now I'll be getting into some of the GoPro footage, so hopefully you guys enjoy that and hopefully get something out of it.
Alright guys, it's time to show you actually what this thing can do, and I'm going to try to show you the good and the bad of it. So it's going to be kind of rough on me, to be honest with you. So let's turn this thing on, and for right now, since I know I'm going to be starting up a pretty big hill, so I'm going to put it on 5, the 5th level of assist for the pedal assist, so I can get up this first hill, which you guys will see. Want to let you know we're starting at 84% battery, and the starting mileage on here is 67.4. So we'll see how many miles we end up doing on this little round trip where it'd be a normal typical day of where I'd go to hunt. So like I said, I'm going to pick up some speed to get up this first little bit. Alright guys, so we've made it to the actual woods, more where I hunt, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this part right here, as you can probably see, it's like a stream that flows when levels are a little higher, just because, like I said, we got a little bit of rain, so it's kind of rocky and super bumpy, which I'll be honest, it really is not the best conditions for a bike like this. So I'll be pushing it up until it gets a little bit nicer, because it's pretty bad. And you'll have to do that from time to time. I mean, you still, like I said, you got to remember this is, it's a pedal bike with electric assist. So I mean, like you really got to remember, this is not like a dirt bike. This isn't with a gas motor that you probably could get up these rocks. Just up this little hill here. We'll get back on. All right, I think we can take it from here. Let's hope. I will put it on pedal assist 5, so we have a little bit of extra oomph to get up these little bit of rocks. So here we go. Too bad. Got a mud puddle here. It does pretty good mud puddles. From what I've noticed, you kind of have to pick up some speed before you hit it, because if you go and do it real slow, you're gonna usually it tends to fishtail. And then obviously you lose traction, and you don't want to fall in a mud puddle. And I love this. I mean, like, I'm not making any noise at all. I'm making more noise by me talking than the bike is making. Ooh. And we got a little bit of a wash out here, so I'll tell you what, I might get off just to be safe. Yeah, I'll tell you what, we're gonna try it. Yeah, I'm gonna get off. Last thing you want to do is get hurt before hunting season. Looks like there's some turkey scratching right there. A little bit maybe. Getting into some larger puddles, so I'm going to gear it up a little bit, I think. Not too bad. Oh boy. Made it through, but that was a little rough. And we made it back, guys. So we ended at 73.4 miles. I'll do the math on that a little bit later on my outro and let you guys know how many miles we went. And we made it down to 61% battery. So that's pretty good. I mean, like I said, that's basically a whole day of riding of what I would do if I was, you know, if it was a normal day of hunting. That's about as far as I'd go. So I'd say that's pretty good. And I'll catch you guys on the outro. All right, guys, I just wanted to do one more thing that I thought was necessary for this review, since most of everybody is probably going to be coming into their stand or their spot or whatever, you know, in the before first light in the dark. So I wanted to show you how bright this actual headlight is. I mean, it's almost like a spotlight. I mean, it is awesome.
Alright guys, so hopefully you got something out of that GoPro footage, and hopefully I put it to the test for you guys. Like as you saw, I put it through the good and the bad. So I wanted to show both sides of it. So now I'm going to go through some of the pros and the cons. So some of the pros, just basically so the ground you can cover without even, you know, breaking a sweat, which is awesome. So you can cover a lot more ground in a quicker time frame without exerting hardly any energy whatsoever. So it's also quiet. I mean, you're not, you know, it's not a dirt bike. You're not tearing up the woods. It's not a quad. You're not making a whole bunch of noise. It doesn't smell like gas. So that's a huge pro for me. And it's also allowed in PA State Forest, and that's mainly what I hunt, is the State Forest here in Pennsylvania. I don't really go on a whole lot of the game lands, is why that I wasn't too worried about not being able to ride these on game lands. So yeah, like I said, basically I hunt mostly State Forest, so it wasn't too much of a concern to me. So that's a huge pro. And like I said, it's non-destructive. I mean, you know, you're basically just riding a regular pedal bike through the woods. You're not, like I said, you're not tearing it up with quads and dirt bikes and stuff like that. And you can potentially drag out a deer with this thing. I know like Quiet Cat, that's the higher end e-bikes, they literally make a trailer to drag deer out. So this fall you might actually see me trying to drag a deer out with this thing. And it's also versatile on a lot of terrain. As you saw, it was really rocky at some points. It goes over logs, no problem whatsoever, up steep hills, down steep hills. And the battery life. As you saw, we didn't use much battery at all for that trip. And I've never even come close to running out of battery, even after multiple days. And another pro is the fat tires. As you saw, like I said, going over rocks and those logs and everything like that and through the mud, without those fat tires, you're not going to do that with skinny regular bike tires. You need these fat 4-inch tires, and it really, as you saw, it does the trick. So now I'm going to go through some of the cons. Like I said before, they are prohibited on state game lands. So if you specifically hunt PA state game lands, I would not recommend this yet, because obviously you wouldn't be able to use it. Another con, it is pretty heavy. So, you know, 75 pounds plus whatever you put on it. You know, if you put a bag on with a bunch of stuff in it, it's obviously going to weigh more. Another con, it doesn't do well with large rocks. As you saw, I had to get off the bike a couple of times and push it, which is not the end of the world, but I mean, you know, to some people it can get a little bit of annoying if you're constantly getting off and on the bike to push it here and there. It also can get bumpy sometimes. I do wish the suspension was a little bit better. The front suspension does a great job, but there's nothing in the back whatsoever. Like there's some e-bikes that have suspension right here below the seat, but this one does not. So that's one thing that I wish it did have, because it can get a little bumpy at times. Going off of that, being a little bit bumpy, the seat is, I'll be honest, the seat is not very comfortable. I'm looking into getting myself another seat. I've seen seats with built-in suspension actually that go underneath that with more padding, because right now, if you're going to go on a longer ride or whatever, that seat is not very comfortable at all, to be honest with you. And my final con, or it could be a pro for you, either way, you know, it's still a bike. You still have to pedal. It's not, you know, if you think you're going to get an e-bike and rip around like you're on a dirt bike, you are mistaken. So you still need to pedal. You're going to be pedaling most of the time. But at the end of the day, you know, like I said, it's a bike, and you know, you got to weigh the pros to the cons, and to me, the pros outweigh all the cons. So guys, from my experience, this e-bike is a definite go. I mean, to me, it will make life a lot easier for me between covering ground, saving time, saving energy. I think it's going to be awesome this fall. I'm really looking forward to using it. Like I said, it's a very, you know, budget-friendly in the e-bike world. It's $9.99 on Amazon, and there'll be a link in the description, I'm sure, for Serviceside, so you guys can go check that out, and they can ship it literally right to your doorstep, which is awesome. To me, it's a win-win, guys. I mean, the amount of ground you can cover and do it silently without disturbing any wildlife or any of the natural areas that you're in. To me, it's a win-win, and it'll definitely help you with your hunts and improve your hunting experience, guys. So I definitely recommend an e-bike like this. So again, my name is Shane Sikora with Servicide Field Staff as well as Praise Outdoors. You can be sure to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good hunt season.